what's going on with Bitcoin? Let's look at it first. Well, there are 3 metrics that say a fresh move is imminent. You know, even we didn't have any metrics to say that a fresh move is imminent. We know a move is imminent because we're what? Less than 2 weeks away from spot Bitcoin ETF approval. You don't need metrics. You don't need charts to tell you that that's a major catalyst for imminent movement. And we know that's coming already. But outside of that, you know, what did the charts say? Well, here are a couple of them. This is the Bollinger Bands, you know, showing Bitcoin being squeezed. Last time Bitcoin was being squeezed, it shot up. And now we're being squeezed again. Does that mean we're going to shoot one way or another? It's kind of like squeezing something until it explodes. That's what the Bollinger Bands is showing with Bitcoin, and we are getting ready. We've been consolidating, going sideways around this 43, 44 mark for a long time now. It's just a matter of time before we get squeezed up to $48,000, which is what most people think we are heading to next. And by the end of the year, we still have a few more days. Can Bitcoin squeeze to 48,000 in short order? Anything is possible. Ending at the year, $48,000, $50,000 would be absolutely fantastic. Now, on a longer term scale, so basically Peter Brandt, he is a trader and he's looking at the monthly RSI because a lot of people may be thinking that, well, maybe Bitcoin is overbought. Maybe it's been too hot this year. Well, according to Peter, according to the monthly chart, no, we are not hot. We're nowhere near hot. In fact, this is the point when Bitcoin starts getting hot if we look at previous cycles. For people that think, you know, we're going to top out by the halving event or whatever, think again. I don't know if anyone's thinking that anymore. I don't know if there are any bears left at this point. Maybe there still is, but we are just getting started. Just wait until SPY ETF approvals, wait until the halving event happens, and then wait until we get some cuts, interest rate cuts that happen in 2024. And that's all within the first 6 months of the year, guys. That's the first half, not the second half. We really don't have much time to wait. Tether is preparing, mints another $1 billion worth of USDT. The reason? To replenish inventory. You know why? Because these whales are on a frenzy, a buying frenzy right now. What they do is they go to Tether and say, hey, I need $1 billion USDT because I'm getting ready to buy. That's exactly what's happening. 1 billion is not a whole lot anymore. We're so used to multi-billions in crypto. But if you think about it, $1 billion is quite a lot. And these whales keep on doing it. Seems like almost every single week now. You got all these whales that continue to buy and buy and buy and buy. Look at this headline, Bitcoin holders at all-time high. Yes. And if you look at how much Bitcoin is being held for a certain amount of time, like 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, all-time high. But then you just got a lot of Bitcoin whales that's accumulating. You got 2 whales that accumulated 19,000 Bitcoins within a very short amount of time. All these guys are buying up all of our Bitcoin. Short term, that's great. We want to see Bitcoin go up to the moon. But long term, if you're trying to DCA long term, you're a long-term investor, it's not so good to let these guys take away all your Bitcoin. You don't want that. You want some to yourselves. Michael Saylor buys another $615 million worth of Bitcoin. That's around 15,000, close to it. Short term, everyone's cheering. Yes, yes. Bitcoin Jesus, the new Bitcoin Jesus, Saylor bought more Bitcoin. Yes. Now he holds 189,150 Bitcoin. Yes, this is awesome. Well, is it really Is it really? When you have big whales, big institutions buying all these Bitcoins, that means there's just less to go around for you and I and everyone else. Everyone thinks that Bitcoin has an infinite supply. It doesn't. Over 95% have been mined. There's only 5% left to be shared to the world forever. And what exists. And guys like Saylor keep buying more and more and more and more and more and more. It's kind of crazy if you think about it. So short term, yes, everyone wants to see Saylor and everyone else and these whales buy as many Bitcoin as they can. But long term, realize that there aren't that much to go around. Here's world's top 10 Bitcoin holders. You still have Satoshi holding 1.1 million Bitcoin. That has not moved at all since the beginning, right? Binance holds 643,000 Bitcoin. That's a lot. Now, the thing is, Binance and Grayscale, they're pretty close, 643, 630. But most of that belongs to the people. It's not that they hold that many. They're holding it for the people. Now, they both themselves hold substantial amounts, but we don't know how much. That's why they're up there. Then you got the US government. They confiscated from Silk Road. Will they dump that at some point, or will they keep that? Maybe. China also has close to 200,000. Same thing. They confiscated it. Whether both governments keep it, maybe it's a game of chess, right? You know how all countries are holding on gold and hoarding gold? Maybe that's the reason why they haven't sold off the Bitcoin, because they're not stupid. They're like, yeah, you know, US has 200,000. Maybe we should keep our 990,000 just in case. We got Mt. Gox, it's 200,000. That's a little high. It's like 130,000. Again, they have to redistribute that, so it's not just them. Then you got another exchange, Bitfinex at 196. Then this has a outdated MicroStrategy 152, but it's at 189,000. Then you got block.one and Robinhood. Again, Robinhood does not belong to them. It belongs to the people. block.one, I think it does belong to them, but that's the treasury of EOS. So if you think about it, as an entity, MicroStrategy is number one on the list, because even though there are some that's more to MicroStrategy, but they belong to people. It's just like they're the custodians holding it. But outside of Satoshi, who's an individual, and obviously no one knows who he or she or they are, it's MicroStrategy. They're the biggest Bitcoin holder. They're the biggest entity out there. That's kind of amazing. And the way Saylor is going, you know, MicroStrategy stock is going up so much, so he's probably selling stock to buy more Bitcoin. The way he's going, one day, he may even surpass Satoshi Nakamoto. He may have more than 1.1 million Bitcoin. If you look at the previous cycle, actually 2 cycles ago, so we're really mimicking the 2016 cycle. A lot of people have said that before. It makes a lot of sense. But if you look at, hey, Christmas of 2022, that's when Bitcoin bottomed out around $160. Then the next Christmas, it went higher. Next Christmas, it went higher. And then the last Christmas in 2017 is where we ended up at peak 20,000, a little bit less than 20,000. So we're moving the same way. Christmas week of 2022, that was our bottom. This Christmas, 2023, hey, we were at like 44,000. Where is Christmas going to be next year this time around? Are we going to be at 100,000 already? Maybe even higher? Maybe we end the year at 150,000 next year? And then we still have one more Christmas to look forward to in 2025. And that's when Bitcoin could be at 250, 300,000, 500,000, wherever it may be, right? But we're mimicking the past, so it looks pretty darn good.